I pay my respects just quickly to our lost monarch. 70 years is no joke.
Last of a damn breed.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
Say what you want about her. I think she was a very modern queen. I think she was in touch. I think she actually knew Wagwan, not on like our kind of level, but she was in touch with the people. She did put herself about in as much as she traveled. She visited different countries. She tried to make ties and stuff. So yeah, and what's really funny is she's been there for like forever.
I was just about to say that she's seen so many transitions in the world, she's seen certain things we wasn't even alive to see. Like,
bro, she lived through the Nazis, bro.
I know, bro.
Mad. Like I'm thinking my mum and her age, my dad and his age, she's past, like her reign was past before they were born.
Yeah.
My grandparents.
She can legit be our grandmas.
Yeah.
Great grandmas. What are you talking about?
Exactly, great grandma. Yeah. In fact, looking at my grandma's age is roughly not too far from, not a long way from when she started reigning. So, you know what I'm trying to say? So that's like what, 3 generations?
Yeah.
It's mad. That's mad. Anyway, long live the king, I say. I
don't even think I'm getting into that one there still. I don't even think I'm getting into that one. That's why I said last of a dying breed, man. It's done now, man, because you're never going to get the emperors of all these countries coming to London for the whatever his name is, Charlie the Third.
Yeah. I agree with Paz on that.
It's not happening, man. This is it. It's done.
We'll see. It's going to be, look.
Until little man takes over.
Maybe.
William's son. Until little man takes over. Little ragamuffin.
You know what it is? We're going through... It's funny because we're going through a bit of a transition in lots of ways. Obviously, Truss has just come into power. It's going to be a funny year. I mean, we can just stay on the football. This year's going to be mad still because the fixture pileup. I personally think, let's get straight into it. Yeah, I personally think the Premier League messed up. Not this weekend because of policing, but last weekend. I don't think those games should have got called off. Paz, do you agree, or what do you think? Do you think the Premier League messed up?
If I'm being completely honest, I'm 50-50 on it, innit? Because I understand why it was called off. To be fair, I understand, but it's not a good enough reason. It was called off because of lack of policing, but it's the weekend before.
That's more this weekend. That's more this weekend. Some of the games.
Oh yeah, last weekend was
weekend. Yeah.
Last weekend was paying respects, and it was. I don't know. I think we should have. Like I've heard some comments in the media, just YouTube media, people saying that we should have just played the games, played God Save the Queen, and then people show their respects that way. Like because now it's just done a madness to the fixture list with the World Cup. FA Cup,
that's where I'm going.
Champions League, Europa League. You know, teams like
yourselves, Arsenal.
No, who was at the bottom? Who's at the bottom again?
Leicester.
Yeah,
Leicester.
They don't have to worry. Wait, are they in Europa League? They're in a conference, isn't it?
Wolves are. Wolves are in conference.
Certain teams don't have to worry about all that, innit?
Oh no. West Ham. Sorry, West Ham, not Wolves. Sorry,
West Ham. Are they still in the conference here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So me and you, us and yous lot, Europa, West Ham conference.
Yeah, it's clogged up the fixture list for no reason, isn't it? And it's dumb now, man, because it's done what it did to us last year. Remember, we were meant to have them hard games. Now we split it up, but I'm glad that we get the North London derby out of the way. I'd rather get that out of the way than City wait, innit? Because I think we can beat City. I think we can beat City, innit?
To be honest with you, I agree with everything you said. Beginning on the basis of we should have played the fixtures last week. However, I'm gonna throw a spanner in the works. Do you think it was too early for sports to kind of delve into their normal activities or their normal schedule, because basically she died on Thursday night and there was games that was predicted to be played from Friday to Sunday. So maybe I think a lot of the sports industry, I heard in the Premier League, a source told me in the Premier League, it was like, you can play, but do not play because it looks bad, if that makes any sense.
Let me
she was an ambassador in the FA, innit? So.
Yeah, so it was like, you can play, but do not play because it does look very bad, and it shows a bad representation of that. Obviously, our queen has died, and we're just
our national sport, blah blah blah.
So let me chime in a little bit. So the government's guidelines to the Premier League was that they did not outlaw whether you can or can't play football. It was just guidelines. It was down to the Premier League. The Premier League released a statement. They were saying it on TalkSport. The Premier League statement was, we can decide, right?
Yeah.
Now, Sim, it's very interesting that you say, oh, I've lost both of you. I've lost both of you. As your camera's turned off, I've just got a letter on one side and Puzzle's on mute as well.
Chris,
there you go.
Chris,
yeah,
go
cool.
on. Just go on. Don't worry. Go
Keep going. Cool. Anyway, it's interesting, Sim, you said sports, because last week the cricket went ahead. England's test match.
Rugby went ahead.
Rugby went ahead, and F1 as well. All went forward. So sports as a whole, it carried on. And where the reason I brought this point up is what Puz just touched on there. The fixture list is now ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
And I personally think, obviously, with the World Cup this year as well, it's just too much. And you can see now why the top sort of six, which we like to cover, have just tried their best to bolster their squads. Because I think start of October, for those 6 weeks running into November, if I'm not wrong, for United, there's 13 games.
Arsenal's got 15.
Yeah, so that's an average of every 3 days.
Yeah.
And this brings me on to my next point, actually, which is squad rotation. So I wanted to just delve into this a little bit. I'm just going to talk very quickly about United. A lot of people have criticised, obviously, Ronaldo for obvious reasons.
Rest in peace, Lizzie. We're done with that section, but go on.
No, yeah, we've done that. We're moving on to what we specialise in, innit?
Free the man.
A lot of people have talked about different form and that. One thing that I've said since the start of this season, I'm not worried about even big players like Ronaldo or Maguire or some of these people that aren't starting, because even if let's say you got a first and a second team, it's mad to think even 3 months ago that Maguire, Lindelof and Ronaldo would be in the second team, but there you go. I call him Moran. Moran is keeping Maguire and Lindelof out. So even if you're in the second team, you're going to be playing once a week. Yeah. If you think about it, if you play in one of the cup games or the Europa League on a Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, then the first team play on the weekend. It's going to be another 2-3 days. So basically every week you're going to play again. Yeah.
I feel these fixtures congestion is definitely going to show the strength of each squad, innit? Or
squad depth.
You're gonna have to use your squad. You're gonna
have to rotate.
You're gonna have to rotate. As you said, I think it's United, Arsenal, and West Ham. I think they've got something like 13 to 14 games.
Yeah, between now and the next break. So
the next break is basically the World Cup.
World Cup.
Yeah.
My point. So my question to both of you is, just quickly, do you think that the current squads have enough to cope with the fixture list? And also, two things. What squads do you think will cope the best? What squads do you think won't cope? Because I'll just start on that one quickly. I personally think Liverpool are going to really struggle.
I was literally about to say their name first. Liverpool are going to struggle. We're going to struggle. Arsenal are going to struggle.
I think we're going to struggle as well.
So Liverpool, Arsenal. Any other teams do you think can really? Let's say from West Ham upwards, because they're the ones with.
I think West Ham will.
They brought in a lot of players, though, Sim.
No, but this is the thing. I always say to a lot of people, it's the quality. You got to remember, the drop off from your first team to your second team could be major.
Yeah.
Hence why I feel that, see, with Arsenal, I think we've got a good first team. But when you start at our second team, that's when it starts to get like, do we really want to play him unless we have to play him? But it's to a point.
If we got to play 15-year-old Ethan again, we're gonna
no.
Congratulations. Apparently he's really highly rated at the club.
Yeah, he's very highly rated.
Bro, you see how big he is?
Yeah, he doesn't.
For a 15-year-old man, he's been eating yam.
15, bro. He looks like a giant, bro.
He's been eating his yam and rice.
Arsenal fans were singing yesterday. He says he's got school.
He's got school in the morning.
He's got school. I was laughing. I was proper laughing. But
we'll get onto the games. We'll get onto the games.
Yeah, go on.
As I said, I feel, our squads is going to be a key. It's going to be a key factor in these fixtures. But as another thing, as Pa said, it can also be a blessing for these youth players, because I feel that if you're doing well in the youth system, you might get a call up. You might get a 10 or 20 minutes here, or a 15 minutes cameo here. But to be fair, I think the quality of football is going to drop off as well. I do think the quality.
I think it's going to be more exciting, man. I hear what you're saying, but I think it's going to make it exciting. Very exciting.
In what respect, Paz? Come back at it.
It's just going to be wild. Like he said, the quality of football is going to drop. There's going to be people looking to impress. There's going to be people that are injured. Everyone's just going to be on. Like, the young players are going to be on it. So I can't wait to even just watch them play. Like, I think
we're talking about a bunch of Sakas from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
No,
Ethans, man. No, we call it Ethans now, man. Saka's an adult now.
Yeah, Saka's. What is he?
He's not, Chris. I feel like
he's not another.
He's going to upgrade some of these youth players.
Seriously, I think was he 19?
He just turned 21, isn't it?
Who? Saka.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I think he just.
His birthday was the other day. He just turned 21, I think. Yeah.
Hey Google, how old is Bakayoko Saka?
I said
According to
Bakayoko.
News.
Yeah, that's his name, no?
Bukayo.
Who's Bakayoko? That's a completely different player, isn't it? Is it Bakayoko?
You're thinking of Bakayoko.
Is that Bakayoko? Is that Chelsea player? Is it the Chelsea midfielder? Bakayoko.
Yeah.
My bad. Hey Google, how old is Bukayo Saka?
21. He's 21.
He should be 21
years old.
Yeah, he just turned 21. Yeah.
21. Yeah. So he's still so young. I didn't know Reece James was only 22.
Yep.
Yeah, he's young, man.
Flipping heck, mate.
These kids are all young now.
But they're adults now compared to like Ethan.
Hey, big up Ethan, man. Come on the show.
Well done. Isn't he the youngest player in the Prem history?
Ever. I don't think that's getting beat, unless a manager wants to just
for no reason throw.
Yeah, because even when listening to Arteta just sounded like, I think I want to make history. Arteta sounded like he just wanted to make history. He said, I just had a feeling.
Ian Wright was talking about Per Mertesacker, Edu, and everyone at the club highly rating him though.
Yeah.
So
he's very highly rated.
I like that point that you made there, Sim, about how youth players can now get sort of rotated in and out. It could, Puzzle's got a good point to be fair. It could be quite exciting, but you were going to ask me a question about Man United squad, Sim. Go on.
Yeah, Man United squad. I feel that because of the manager that you have now, the coach you have now, Ten Hag, I feel he's going to integrate a lot of these youth players into your first team setup, man.
Definitely. We brought in 5 players and can you believe a world where, Scott McTominay is keeping Casemiro out of the first team?
He's doing well. He's doing well.
No. Listen. I gave that man so much grief last season because he deserved. He was awful. But this season, we've seen a much improved Scott. He just does it quicker, Sim. He just does it quicker. Whatever he was doing last season, which was kind of wrong, he just does it quicker. Instead of 2-3 seconds, he's doing it in 1 second. I think the biggest.
Do you think that goes to show that coach? Do you think that goes to show that coaching stuff?
Yeah,
100%.
Play a big role in the player's development.
He's being coached. Yeah, I said that so many times. That's why I didn't rate Solskjaer. Solskjaer was never a coach. He said, I don't do the coaching. He said that I don't do the coaching. And we just didn't have specialists. Now we've actually got. So Erik ten Hag actually was watching the under 21s yesterday against, I think was it Middlesbrough? I can't remember who we were playing. Because he's actively Sim, you've hit the head there. He's actively looking to bring players through to actually bolster the team. So what squads then? Let's move on. What squads do you think will cope fine with this period then?
City.
Do you know what's crazy?
Yeah, but Chelsea have a mad squad as well. They should be.
Haaland's not going to the World Cup, bro.
That's what,
Bro, the league.
You know, I was gonna say that.
League is
not
done.
going. He's gonna have a month off. Basically.
Oh my days.
He's gonna have
League
a
is
month
done.
off.
League
He's
is
gonna
done.
have a month.
He ain't gonna have no time off.
He
Bro. He's
doesn't
gonna be
break that
training.
record,
If
he doesn't break the record.
What I'm trying to say, there's difference between training and actually be active.
Obviously, but what I'm saying is he's not gonna be sat at home, whatever. He's gonna be like staying active.
He's gonna.
You know what? He might even fly to Qatar, man.
Then again, yeah, why not? Then again, what's his face? Odegaard's not going.
Odegaard's not going.
Odegaard, not Odegaard. Odegaard.
Do you know why I'm pissed? Do you know why I'm pissed him?
Why?
Who's gonna be going now?
Thomas Partey, isn't it?
No.
Saliba. Yeah, he's 100% going.
He's going, bro, man. You see what Thomas Frank said about him? He's just like, oof, what a player.
Did you hear what Rio said about him? I'm disappointed in Rio, you know. I really Rio.
Hey, Rio, you need to come to the everyday table, man. We need to talk to you.
Exactly. We need to actually have some words with Rio.
I thought, come on, Rio. I get, because he was saying, basically, I'm going to summarize it. He was basically saying that he's not on my level. But I think a lot of so-called YouTubers...
He's only just coming to the Premier, though.
Yeah, a lot of YouTubers and pundits, sports pundits have said he has the potential.
Okay, you're not a donut.
You know what I'm trying to say? And I think...
Nah, because he might watch this, innit, one day.
That was a donut comment.
I think it touched the nerve with Rio, because he's thinking, this young boy, are you not really being serious? But I feel like when you look at the guy, when you look at Saliba, William Saliba, I like to say it, WS, yeah, he's everything what you want in a modern day defender. He's everything what you want in a modern day defender. Everything. Composure, strength, reading of the game, his distribution. What? He's quick, he's strong, he's young.
The strength is the one that surprised me the most.
You play defense. You are a centre back, and you always say one thing I love about you, Chris, because you said, know what? I'm not the captain of my team, but I feel like the captain because you've got an experienced head. You know how to read the game. So they might be actively fitter than you, but you've got a better brain than them. So you know how to kind of sniff out danger. I feel this young guy, William Saliba, he displays that on every type of level, man. So for me, Rio Ferdinand, I love you. Probably one of the greatest centre-backs I've ever seen in the Premiership. Come on. We're only comparing the potential. We're not saying he's there yet. We're saying that he has the potential to have a higher ceiling than you. And you should just be like, you know what? I can see where it's coming from.
One player who I don't think Rio can even... Personally, I don't think they're on the same level, and that's Rafael Varane. Varane is finally shown.
I think Rio's better. No, that's Sim, I think he was better.
Sim, Rio.
No.
Okay. Do you know what? That's your opinion. That's your opinion. Fair enough. That's your opinion. Fair enough. Saying that though, I do think it could be a Varane-Saliba pairing for France.
Yeah, it could.
Because I'm looking at the French centre backs. You've got Umtiti's not about.
Yeah, he's not playing.
He's gone to like
Lecce.
No, it's not Lecce, bro. It's lower than that.
Is it lower than that?
Yeah,
to get regular football. Yeah, Umtiti's not about.
No, bro. Is it
Longley? Is it? What's his name?
Longley's at Tottenham. What, you didn't see him this weekend, Chris?
No. Forget the name me French centre backs, just please.
Longley. What's the one at Man City? Oh, but he's Spain.
No, Emirates Laporte. No. I was just gonna say Laporte. He's Spanish. He's for Spain. He's Spanish.
Spain.
No. Who's the other one? Oh, Bayern Munich. Upamecano. That's it.
Yeah.
Upamecano. He's French.
Oh, him and Saliba.
Conte. The Liverpool guy. He's
Konate. Yeah. So there's your full
Jules Koundé.
Really. Jules Koundé.
What is Jules Koundé's actual position? I'm so bad.
I think he is. Back and right. I think he is. Yeah, he's like a Lindelof, but not really Lindelof. But he Ben White. He's similar to Ben White. I think his primary position is centre back, but he can do a job. Do you know what I mean? I think his utility. I think that's why Xavi wanted him. I think managers like those utility. You know what I mean? That can do
very
both.
Dominant in the game right now.
That's why Ben White, in my opinion, should and will go to the World Cup because
we're going to talk about
versatile.
We're going to talk about that squad later. I think that squad
is
cool.
It's horrible. It's horrible. In fact, I tell you what, let's get straight onto it because we talked about squads. So we personally think Liverpool could struggle. We think Arsenal could struggle. We think Man United maybe could struggle. We think City, any other teams that you think will be fine with this fixture list. I think Chelsea could come.
Chelsea can
right now. We don't even know what Chelsea are doing, man.
We don't. But
that's
what Chelsea are doing.
On paper, they've got a squad. Do you get
it? To be fair, they do. They have
got a squad. Their bench is solid. Solid. It's full of internationals. All of them are going World Cup. All of them. Well, not Ziyech. Ziyech, he don't play international football, does he? Really?
No. It apparently got reinstated because the manager that he so-called had dramas with.
It's gone. Oh yeah. Morocco team. I should know about Morocco team. Yeah, they've got a new manager. So yeah, all right, cool. Well, good because Ziyech is a quality player.
Hey guys, I'm gonna throw another spanner in the works. What about Tottenham?
They're gonna cope.
They'll be all right. They'll be okay.
But what my only thing is with Tottenham is like I feel
they play a very, very, very disciplined style. They're not. But Sim, they don't expend a lot of energy. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not all
Chris, my whole point is, see that style they play. I feel like Conte's got them is drilled it into the first team so much. He doesn't really trust his second tier team. You can tell he's very reluctant to put on certain players, and I feel like
I swear he started Basuma the other day.
No, he didn't. He brought him in. He started Richarlison for the first time, and he subbed Son. That's how Son got the
Saying that though, Sim, he's been rotating it because the wing backs are where Tottenham do a lot of damage, and we've seen Perisic, we've seen Sigurdsson, Sessegnon. Sorry. Sessegnon. The only person who I haven't seen, Emerson Royal's come in there. The only person I haven't really seen is Spence.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like with the fixtures congestion, he's gonna have
to play. He's gonna have to play. Spence. I wanted Spence to
he's a good guy, man. He's a good guy.
Gallo. He's quality, bro. I watched him in the championship. I think Spence is quality. Actually, okay, cool. So we've rested that one now. So